Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is going to be lasting for the next 3 months. It's a solstice reading, which is going to last until the next equinox, which is around about the 20th of September. So I've put out a spread. Let's go straight to the bottom of the deck, and we've got, well, I was going to say it's not particularly a love reading. However, love appears to be what is on your mind or what is going to be occurring over the next 3 months, because that is the general theme. The Ace of Cups is the card of new love. The aces are divinely presented. This is something that you deserve. It could almost be something that you're owed. What it feels like is it's time for a new love, or time for love, full stop. Oh, that's exciting. So that's good news. I'm going to take another card to go with it, which is actually I'm going to take 2 more. So we have the Moon, which was underpinning the Ace of Cups, and we have the Knight of Swords, which I've taken from the top of the deck. So if we read these two together, new love is what is available. You can't see it yet. The Moon is a murky energy. It's like putting a veil over a situation. You can't see it clearly. And I believe you can't see your way forward clearly to getting new love, possibly because you haven't had love for quite some time, or possibly because you're not even sure you want love. From the top of the deck, we've taken the King of Swords. This can be a lawyer. So it could be that you've been going through some sort of legal situation which had some sort of stem with love, or it could be that you have had to cut yourself off from love. That's what that feels like for quite a few people to me. The King of Swords is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, but not necessarily. Clear thinking, masculine, can stand for a lawyer, and it can imply that you've been cutting yourself away from something. So if you're not in a legal situation, I believe that perhaps in the past or the current situation is that you cut yourself off from love, or you have been cut off from love, which means that you can't actually even see love currently. You can't see where to find love. Love is not around you. That's reminding me of a Wet, Wet, Wet song which says, love is all around you. Currently, you can't see it. Let's hope it is all around you by the end of the reading. So that's the energy we're starting with. There is love coming in. You can't see it. You can't even feel it. I think you're looking for love. You can't see the way clearly forward to finding love. And you're going to be, or you have been, very discerning, which is a good thing. But it means that you currently don't have love because you've actually cut yourself adrift from people who aren't good enough, is what that feels like. I'm taking the next card off the top just because it was slightly displaced and I felt like it wanted me to read it. This is the card of joy and happiness. So I think what it's saying is, for your own peace of mind, previously you've had to cut yourself away from a love situation that wasn't providing with joy and happiness, or that you couldn't see your way clearly forward with. The good thing is, I believe that cutting yourself away from something that doesn't suit you or serve you is always a good thing, and it is bringing in happiness. The 3 of Cups is the card of joy and happiness. It's also the 3-month card, so it can stand for the 3rd month of the year, or it can stand for 3 months' time, and this is a 3-month reading. So I'm going to take that as a good starting point to clarify the fact that love is coming in. Love that's going to make you happy is coming in the next 3 months. So that is a great, great start. At the centre of the reading, we have a love letter or an apology. Somebody wants to come in with a small love offer. Yeah, so I'm getting the feeling like maybe you've come out of a situation and you've still got feelings for somebody else, and they do too. If that's the case, then it feels like that person wants to possibly reconnect. If there is nobody from your past, then this means that there is somebody in your future who is going to approach you, which is great. They could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They could be younger, but not necessarily. What's preventing this person from coming in and offering their cup of love is the fact that there has been a big change. And I think there's been a big change too. Well, it feels a bit like everything, to be honest. If you've not undergone a big change, then a big change is coming. The Ten of Swords is really, it's the death of the old and the birth of the new. And it can refer to anything at all. It sort of feels a little bit like the person you have been up until this point is being killed off in preparation for allowing in something fresh and new. That's sort of what it feels like. That maybe an area of your life you've had to leave behind you. You've had to actively shut down an area of your life is what it feels like. There's always hope though, and a new dawn and a new day in the background. There's always hope, and there's always the possibility of a new start. And that is what this is saying, really. That there could be somebody coming in with an offer that you can't quite clearly see yet. And I believe that's because you're not quite in the receptive energy. I think you will be over the next 3 months. I don't think you're there yet. You're still in the stage of killing off things that don't suit you or serve you. And so you're not currently open to somebody coming in, but that is going to change for certain. In the crowning position, we've got the Four of Pentacles. This is the card of pride. It's also the card of clinging on too strongly to things that don't suit you or serve you anymore. And that's more or less what I was just saying. That the hopeful, happy, new love energy that is just around the corner for you is not quite with you yet. So it feels like you need to leave something in the past. I've already just said this. These two cards are basically saying the same thing. In fact, they're working together. You need to kill off what doesn't suit you anymore in order to allow fresh energy in, which will in turn allow in a new love. Yeah, well, that's great news. I wonder what it is you need to let go of. I think I might get a clarifier for the Four of Pentacles. Oh, that was quick. Well, whatever it is you need to let go of, you know all about it. This is the card of truth. It's the sword of truth and clarity and victory. It's also been divinely presented. So we've got two aces right at the start of this reading. I think what it could be saying is that when you release whatever has not been suiting you or serving you in the past, then you have the possibility of a true new love connection coming in. There is a reverse to that though, which is if you don't address what you've been clinging on to that no longer suits you or serves you, and I think for some people might not have been suiting or serving you for quite a long time, because this is also the 4-year card. If you do not release that, then the beautiful, new, fresh, bright, true love that is on offer and which is literally waiting in the wings will not come in. So it's quite important that you take an assessment of what you don't need anymore in your life, what doesn't serve you or suit you. And in fact, this is also what I was saying here earlier with the Knight of Swords. Take the sword of truth and apply it to your life. Basically what it's telling me is you know what it is you need to let go of. Now it's just a case of actually cutting that adrift and allowing something fresh and new to come in. Now you're being offered this in the form of a gift. This is a divinely presented gift for you. Take this sword and cut yourself away from the things that are not good for you anymore. They might have suited you and served you really well at some point in your life, but not now, because something much better is around the corner. And you don't want to delay that from coming in. So this is really great news. You know what it is you need to release. In the underneath position, well, we've got three very interesting cards here. We have got the Five of Pentacles. This is progression through the numbers because we've got the 4 and now we've moved to the 5. The Five of Pentacles is not having what you want. It's the card of lack. So it's having no love, probably. This is feeling more like a love reading, but it could also be talking about a lack of finances as well. You just haven't got what you want. It's hidden. Not everybody can see this, And I think maybe you're trying to put a brave face on things and trying to make life that you've had previously carry on working for you. But the truth is it just isn't anymore. And so this needs dealing with. What came with it? We have the Empress, which is the best feminine card in the deck. So if you're a feminine, this is good news. We also have the Knight of Swords, which is a very fast moving energy. Could be a younger masculine Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, possibly sometimes looking for a fight, but I don't know about that in this particular case. I think what it's saying is that you found yourself in a situation where your life is not working for you and you want to change that quickly. In fact, it needs to change quickly in order to get you into your best energy. There is some sort of stumbling block here. There is something that is slowing the change down, and as I was just saying, it could be you yourself clinging on to something that is not right for you anymore. Well, here's a question. Why would you cling on to something if it is making you miserable and is not providing you with what you want? Right, well, let's have a think about this. It could be habit. It could be that you've been in this situation for 4 or even 5 years, as I've said. But I don't think so. Right, let's say it's another way. You can definitely cut yourself away from what doesn't suit you. And I believe that other people can see that you can do this too. In fact, I think other people think you need to do this. I think I'm going to take another clarifier because I'm not clear as to why you can't cut yourself away from that. Well, I'm taking another couple of cards here because this is slightly bewildering me at the moment, because if what you've got doesn't suit you, is making you feel miserable, and yet you're not changing it yet, and you don't seem to be able to get to this point quite yet. Why? Well, I've taken 2 more cards, and we've got 3 of Swords, which is the card of heartbreak, and we have Strength. Strength is an internal struggle. It's a battle with yourself over a situation that you're not finding easy to resolve. Well, this situation is involving heartbreak. And so it feels like maybe what you had in the past that you're still clinging on to is perhaps maybe the feeling that you had in the past that you don't actually have in the current situation. It feels like maybe you come out of a relationship that you're struggling to properly let go of. That is what it's feeling like now. That's why we're not quite past this energy yet. You're struggling to release the bond, I suppose. It feels to me like you are not in a relationship, but it also feels like you have not been able to rid yourself fully of the energy from that relationship. And so that is why you are still feeling like you've got to release something that doesn't suit you. It's not that you need to release a relationship, because I think that's already happened. I think what it's saying is that the energy that came with that relationship is still around you, and you're not currently quite able to shake it off or kill it off even. It's a struggle for you. It's something that you've been really, really finding difficult. Well, good news here, I believe, is that this is the Leo card. And so I think something will have shifted by the time we get to Leo season. And I think that you will realise that there is a change in the energy. I think a quick change of energy is coming in. I think the feelings of being heartbroken will go. I think the feelings of not having what you want will settle, is the best word for that. I think what I'm trying to say is that the strong feelings, memories, thoughts that you're having of a past love that you're no longer in will go. I think they've been with you, which is why you've been feeling like you haven't got anything. But I think that feeling of heartbreak will go. I think you've been struggling to get it to go, but I think things will shift over the next 3 months. And I think probably in the next month, things will really start to shift away from that situation, and you'll be coming into a much better energy. That's what it feels like. In the past, we had the Hierophant. Now, some of you could have well come out of a marriage, because the Hierophant is the establishment. It can also be the church. It can be tradition. We've already had the Lawyer card. So it could be that you've had to come out of a marriage, and that would explain why these feelings are difficult to remove from your life. The feelings are still swirling around a bit, but they are starting to go. And what's great news is that in the future we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the grown-up happy ever after. This is getting everything you want. I mean, this is literally the reverse of the 5 of Pentacles. So you're going to be coming from a feeling like you don't have anything that you want currently into a feeling like you can get everything that you want in the future. Now, the question is, how is that going to happen? In some respects, I believe it is a natural process, particularly if you're coming out of a marriage or you've just come out of a marriage. You're going to need this 3-month card here for joy and happiness. You're going to need a period of time in order to feel joy and happiness again. But in the future, you are actually going to get everything you want. This is the property, the land, the family, the home, the money in the bank, that everything that you could possibly desire is in your future. And that is what is coming in for you. And I don't say the sooner you can release this energy, the better. I think it is just going to be a process that over the next 3 months, this energy from a past connection is going to gradually go, and you're going to be moving into something so much better. Well, I've just looked at the bottom of the deck there and we have death. And that's exactly what I was just saying. Death is an inevitable change. So the feeling like everything needs to end and you can't quite deal with it is ending, because death is going to be coming in and it will end. These two cards are similar, but they're not the same. The 10 of Swords is talking about feeling like you need to kill off something for a better, fresh start. Death is saying that a new start is coming because it is inevitable. This is definitely happening. Whether you manage to kill it off yourself or whether or not you manage to try and just wait for that negative energy to leave you, it is happening. The change is coming and you are going to be moving into a much better future, which is brilliant news, and I'm delighted about that. Also, death can be Scorpio, so it could be that you're moving into a brilliant future with a Scorpio. In the personal position, we have the Fool. The Fool is a brand new, fresh energy. This is what you want for yourself. This is what's coming, but this is where we've got this feeling of struggle from the Strength card here. You're struggling to feel like you can get a new start. You are going to get a new start, but things are slightly paused for the moment. The Fool is a carefree or a careless energy. So what you really want is to shake off all of the burdens from the past, or the burdens that you currently have in your present situation. You need to shake them off. You want to shake them off, and you will, for a new start in a personal way. And I mean, actually, if you're coming out of a divorce or a long-term relationship, this couldn't be better. This is really feeling very free again, which is great news. In the home position, we have the Queen of Wands. This is the dynamic queen. This is the queen that gets things done. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if you are any of those feminines, then you are very much large and in charge at home. Now, why does that matter? Well, I believe that the home here is somehow linked in with your happiness. Why am I saying that? Well, it's a good question. Let's get a clarifier. Oh, well, one has stayed behind. Okay, so let's look at this. We've got the Four of Cups clarifying the dynamic queen in the home position. I believe this is sort of interlinked with the Fool here. You're ready for a brand new start. It could be that you're looking for a new home, or you feel like your home is not right for you anymore. You want to move home. You want to make changes at home. Something in your life, in the home environment, is not working for you. So the Four of Cups comes after the Three of Cups, where we've got the Three of Cups, which is the card of happiness. In this card here, what is on offer is not making this individual happy. You're not happy at home and something needs to change and have a fresh start, which I think is coming. In the hopes and fears position, we have the Eight of Wands. This is the card of free-flowing energy and communication. So you're hoping for some communication, then this is in the right place. If you're hoping for some free-flowing energy, this is also in the right place. Let's get a clarifier for the Eight of Wands. Is it feeling like you're stuck in the situation that is not really right for you currently? And also feeling like you're never going to find happiness again? Well, that is not correct. We definitely are feeling happiness again. And in this card here, the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups have been kicked over, but the Two Cups are still standing up in the background. And the Two of Cups is a true connection. So feeling like you're stuck in an energy that doesn't suit you and hoping that that is going to change. And it is. It is changing. So you need to really just turn off the feelings of being stuck. But they will gradually disappear as this energy starts shifting for you. Things are going to improve a lot, I believe. And then happiness is definitely coming in. At the outcome, we have the Eight of Coins. This is the card of working on your health, your wealth, or your worth on your own. But what came with it is the Knight of Cups. This is somebody coming in to offer their cup of love. Now, this was also right at the start. Somebody wanted to come in. Somebody still wants to come in. Somebody is coming in to offer you love. And don't forget, that was the very first card that we took, was love. It is coming in. I think it feels a bit like you haven't had any sort of loving interactions for a long time. It feels like you've been spending a lot of time working on yourself, trying to build up your wealth or improve your health, something like that. But because you've been doing all that, then the Knight of Cups is here to bring in some love for you, which is great news. I took two other cards to go with it. And we have the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands. The Eight of Cups is quietly leaving a situation behind. And so I believe that the feelings of being stuck that you're currently in and fearing that you're always going to be stuck in this situation where you don't have any love in your life, I believe that that is going to be changing as you quietly depart. So the energy is going to improve. And what came with that is the King of Wands. And so we've got a love pairing here. We have a king and queen. We said before that in the home situation, you were feeling like you wanted to take charge. Well, the outcome here then, we have a Knight, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, possibly very sincere love offer coming in, potentially from a Sagittarius, Leo or Aries masculine. So we've got the potential to create a really good love match here, which is what I think is going to happen. But I also feel like I want to take another clarifier. Yeah, okay, so this is a good place to end actually. The outcome was the Eight of Pentacles, which has been a period of time where you're working on yourself. Now at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Progression through the numbers is really good in the tarot. And if you've come out of a partnership or a marriage, then you need to be building yourself up to being fine on your own. And that's what's happening. And it's the action of being fine on your own which is going to bring love in. And it's also going to bring you the happy ever after that you're looking for. Now, this is fine. And I know this is a 3-month reading. And I'm pleased that you're going to be losing the energy that you're currently in where you feel like you've got no one. And it feels to me like things are going to definitely improve a lot by the time we get to Leo season. But I feel like I want more. So I'm going to take another clarifier, see if there's anything else we need to know. Well, these 3 cards work very nicely here at the outcome. You've been in a period of time where you've been on pause, where things have not been good, where you've wanted to move things forward, but you're feeling like you're not able to, where you have been struggling to release feelings of heartbreak, where you feel like you've had nothing. And yet you found it difficult to move on from those feelings. That's been a struggle to leave those feelings in the past, but I believe you are going to manage that because there is an inevitable change coming in and you've got a very bright future. You're currently wanting a new start and to take charge of things in the home environment. The energy is going to be shifting into a much more positive way moving forward. And working on yourself, your health or your wealth is going to bring in the outcome that you want. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is the card of knowing your own worth. And this works in very, very nicely with the Nine of Pentacles, which is the card of being absolutely fine on your own. And that's the stage that you're going to get to over the next 3 months. The feeling like you've been on pause and you've been feeling like you haven't got anything that you want, that has given you quite a lot of enlightenment actually. And I think that has improved the way that you're looking at life, and that in turn has improved the energy of things moving forward for you. And so you will be coming into a much better energy, particularly if you are a feminine watching this. Although currently you can't see your way forward to a new love, the truth is it's coming, and you need to leave whatever hasn't been suiting you in the past. You need to cut yourself off from those negative energies and allow happiness to come in, and your outcome will be everything that you've wanted. Somebody wants to come in and they're on pause at the moment whilst you're trying to sort out your feelings about the situation you've come out of. But once you have sorted those feelings out, then I believe a love offer is coming in for you. Well, I really hope so. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.